Hey there, J's. Oh, fuck. I put a piece of gum in because I'm about to go out in public. What the fuck? Hey there, J's. Your old pal McJuggerNuggets here. Happy 4th of July, guys. Woo! Yeah. It's technically July 3rd for me, but I'm going to a party celebrating July 4th at a place that you guys all know and love. It's a place where we've shot a lot of videos. A lot of some of my favorite videos, and without further ado, I'm gonna tell you where we're going. We're going to Aunt Jackie's house for the party, and we're going to the haunted house. We're gonna talk about the haunted series. You wanna know what was probably some of the longest and hardest days of filming? It was while we were at that house. I have to drive, it's like 15 minutes away from here. So we had to do that drive every day, and it was some long hours in that freaking haunted house doing some construction, trying to make it spooky for you guys. You know, we were doing stuff, I think, some nights till like 11 or midnight, and that was still filming. And for those of you guys who've been around since then, you guys may remember those nights where the video wouldn't be out till like 2 in the morning. I'd also be uploading from Aunt Jackie's house most nights, so we're gonna head there. Uncle Larry won't be there because he's having basketball, but I think I'm going to go to Aunt Jackie's and then go to Uncle Larry's too. This is because this is a good reason, a good opportunity for us to talk about the haunted series while being there and talk to Aunt Jackie and stuff. You guys will get to see her again since she cut my hair off. I got to thank her because I feel like a new man. All right, Juggies, I'll see you there. Here we are, Juggies, where my mom actually lives. There's her car right there. I'm just kidding, guys. My parents beat me here. I'd upload a video for you guys, so that's why I'm a little late to the party. Wow, this is weird. The birthplace of, I'm sorry, this freaking recurring symbol and theme and just running gag, you could also say. I'm still shocked that it lingered the whole time. I didn't know lipstick was so permanent. With the birthplace of I'm sorry. We had and for those of you guys who are die-hard fans, tell me what was on that window before I'm sorry. Think about it, and then think about what's on it now and what happened to the window. Come back to me. Wow, it's weird to be at the house right now. And Jackie's got the pool open. This is the birthplace of Emma, of Two Monkeys Fucking a Football, that saying. And we had our false ending, Psycho Kid moves out. Episode 40, because y'all thought it was ending at 40 because of the belly button worm series curveball. And it's weird to be back. At some point I'll walk through that house while I'm here and we'll go through everything. I'm gonna turn off the camera when I first go in here. You know, it's family, so don't be too intrusive. Not all of my family members are in the Psycho series, but a vast majority. Catch back with you guys in a sec. I'm excited. Jay's party's happening. I'm with Aunt Jackie right now. We're just talking about the series and stuff, and I figured we'd get you guys in on this conversation because we could talk about it now together. We were saying realistically, my mom probably wouldn't have gone to Uncle Larry's house after the divorce. Where would she have gone?
Oh, she would have came to me.
She would have went straight to you.
Straight to me. We would have been talking and whatnot, and
then what? She would have went into the little house straight away.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we would have fixed it up and did all that, and. Do
you think would she have realistically gone to Aunt Melissa's house?
No.
Because that is a real life best friend, Juggies. You don't think so?
I don't think so.
No.
No, I really don't. Because you know, me and your mother are very close, so. Right. You know, we would have been talking, especially at work. You know, we would have been doing all that, and then we would have figured something out.
Because I guess because realistically, had she gone to Aunt Melissa's like that would have happened. There would have been drinking, they would have gone partying.
Yep, dancing like they, going to their country dances
and
stuff like that. So and then you're around, with George.
Yeah.
So
So that's interesting. So there is a bit of realism then.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, actually there is. Yeah, with a lot of things, I think.
Yeah. So how different were you from your character?
Oh, I wasn't different at all.
Okay.
I will say, though, I did feed into some of the little Juggies stuff.
You fed on Juggies?
Yeah, I did. Like when they started talking about the haunted house and the Ouija board.
Right. So wait, are you saying... Hold on, I'm just switching up the lighting.
Okay.
Are you... Wait, what about the Ouija board? Are you about to reveal answers right now?
Well, yeah, I am. Because, like, I would read some of the stuff that they said. And when they started talking about the Ouija board, oh my goodness, it's haunted and this and that. You know, I was like, I happened to see something on TV about Ouija. I don't like Ouija boards, but I fed into them talking about the Ouija boards.
Wait, why don't you like Ouija boards?
Because I do believe they can lead to evil.
Do you think it was leading into evil in the house?
Yeah, it could have. Yeah, and that's why I said, no, you don't mess with Ouija boards.
Right.
But as far as, like, you know, saying, oh, no, you got to close the portal and all that kind of stuff, I was feeding off of the juggies with that.
So you didn't legit want to close the portal?
No, I don't even know about that stuff.
It sounded like you knew what was about to happen, like, yo, you need to close that portal.
Well, and that's all because all the juggies were saying you need to close the portal.
Okay, so you were feeding off comments and putting it into the story.
Yes, I was.
That's awesome interaction right there.
Yes. Well, that's what I found very interesting.
Is how the
interaction went along with the storyline.
And we played into it and incorporated
right
it. Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed that too because it was humorous.
Yeah.
Yet a little scary.
What would you say was our best bit? Our best little bit during the Haunted series. What was the either most realistic or most funny?
The funniest one was when I was doing the little voice up there and all the guys were by the window and they were like, and I said, get away from the window and then get out of my bedroom.
Yeah, because Juggies, something you need to know is we all knew it was going to happen. We didn't know when, but we had brought my friend Zach, who you saw holding the camera. We didn't tell him. He had no idea, so he's just looking around like, yo, what is that?
How do they know I'm by the window and how do they know I'm in the room?
Right.
But of course there's I can see straight through my bedroom window right on.
And guys, that was Aunt Jackie's idea. I mean, who has an intercom like that? A lot of the things you saw in the Haunting series, we almost came up with on the spot. Like we knew we were going to have it, spooky because we wanted to liven up a construction series. We knew the construction series was successful, so we wanted to have a haunted construction. But a lot of those ideas we came up with on the spot. Everybody had a little bit of input.
And what else? What would you say was the most funny though?
The most funny? Probably you going through the ceiling. Was
that real?
That was you going through that ceiling was pretty good. Of course, I was like, oh no, there's a hole in the ceiling now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The window break-in, I was.
Actually,
that was a little.
Can't believe Buzz broke that window. Dang it, Buzz.
I'll say. I've never seen a window shatter in so many pieces in my life.
I'll save Buzz here. We told Buzz to do it. That was all planned. So Buzz had to look like an idiot and smash the window, but it was just it was supposed to go that way.
Yeah, and then you left the glass on the ground.
Did I?
Yeah. Should have made Buzz clean it up.
I couldn't believe Buzz just dove through the window with all that glass there.
Yes, he was lucky he didn't get cut.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
So what was the Ouija board real then when it moved?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Do you legitimately think the place is haunted though?
Legitimately, no. I've lived there for so many years, so.
But somebody did die in there.
Somebody did die in there. Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody did.
Because me and Uncle Larry will swear on it. There were some unexplainable things in the house. Things we heard. Things when you play back the video, you'd hear like static and stuff. Some of it we planned on purpose. We put the phone up to the mic and cause some interference. But the other times it just, when we'd say or look at something, it would just go off. So
yes.
I don't know.
Yes. So yeah, but as far as what they saw. I mean, some of them saw things in the window that we had nothing to do with.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
faces
if you read,
stuff?
they saw some things, and I actually had to go back and review it.
Yeah.
Just to see what did they see.
Yeah, there were
long nights where I'd be throwing it in the editor, and then I'd watch it, and I'd be like, we didn't do that. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
Now
spooky. I do wonder, was this after the Ouija board or before the Ouija board?
That's a good question.
Uh-huh.
You remember those long nights though? I would come in and edit right over here.
Yes.
That's how it would be.
Yep.
Aunt Jack would leave her door open and I'd come in and we were grinding away, right?
Yeah.
Late nights.
Well, sometimes you surprise me with the camera too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and start questioning me.
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah. That's true.
Juggies, this is the super awesome embroidery machine. You guys are gonna start seeing some merch coming your way. We're doing the RiDGiD Gaming R, which actually I don't know if it's on this shirt or not. It is. See our RiDGiD Gaming R right here. Basically, we're gonna get that embroidered, and I think it looks super cool. Like, I don't know if you guys ever seen like an American Eagle shirt with that embroidered in the corner. It's gonna kind of be like that with that. So, and Jackie's been practicing, working on that. It's fan. Wait, who's that? Oh my God, say good day. Two monkeys fucking a football. Here we go, Juggies. We got the keys to the home. We're gonna take a little trip down memory lane. Also going to be talking about the ins and outs of this haunted series. The key, she handed me like 3 keys. I just remembered when me, Uncle Larry, and Corn, at the very end of the haunted series, we each laid down our key. And like, it was like, yeah, we knew Jesse had one, but then Uncle Larry lays one down. I was like, hey, what the f. But then Corn just casually goes over and puts 2 keys down. It's like, what the fuck? How? It's like, first of all, this dude has a key. Second of all, he's got 2 fucking, who has 2 keys like that? So that was pretty funny. Not many people really like acknowledge that. I thought that was cool. Screw you guys. So why we're actually going in here is not to do trip down memory lane. I mean, that's my purpose. But my mom actually needs to get some of her stuff in here because it's been in here since. Wow. Everything's exactly as it was left. There's still a bottle of water right there. Oh my gosh, this smells like asshole in here. Here's my mom's bedroom. Jay, this place was home to some of my favorite videos. Like, first off, I love the Fallout Part 1 and Part 2. Those are 2 of my most favorite. We did Save Yourself, which is the last video in here, with me and my mom. I don't know why, I like the Jesse and his mom scenes. Like, the character interaction there was so cool to see, like, that breakdown. But, like, how they were holding on to each other still. And, I don't know, it's just, I always love those scenes. That, and I think me and my mom really kill it when it comes to acting. So some of those are pretty visceral experiences. Weird. So did you ever actually live in here, or?
No, I did not.
You didn't?
No.
Wow. She didn't even look at me to see if she could say that. She just said, "No, I never lived here." So, okay, that's interesting. Oh my God. Peter!
Is he dead?
I don't know. Looks like he's eating some shit. Oh my God. That is like, oh guys, I swear to God, we did not set that up. That's Peter the Fly. Peter the Fly, guys, I don't think you realize how important Peter the Fly was to this story. Peter the Fly represented Jesse's kind of like make-believe world in his head. The fact that he kind of was a little crazy, in which he would talk to imaginary friends. He talked about how he had imaginary friends growing up, and Peter the Fly was you get a real taste of that, and then you can see it develop with Damien and Emma, and then Dema, and until eventually he's talking to himself. And it was important when Jesse is going through extremely stressful and intense situations, like in the Fallout Part 2. If you go back and watch the Fallout Part 2, Jesse and his mom have a huge falling out. Jesse leaves, but while he's so upset, he comes running back in. Not only is it funny, but he comes running back in for Peter the Fly, because when he's going through shit, he turns to this make-believe world, aka his imaginary friends, to cope with it and escape his actual real-life problems. So that's cool. Oh, that's disgusting. That was Emma's hair.
Do you want this?
I don't, I mean, it wasn't that relevant. It's kind of nasty, but I mean, it's a cool wig. It's a cool prop wig. I mean, I guess you could just take that. Here's the room that we fixed up. There was blood coming from that corner. Yes, guys, that blood was set up by us. The blood up there was set up by us. I think that kind of goes without saying. There's also some little messages that we left around the house. And, I already explained the audio interference with the mic and the phone. This isn't fun. Guys, alright, this isn't fun to me when I'm just like, yeah, we did that. No. It would be like if Psycho Kid Flees Country ended with me just saying the videos aren't real. The videos are fake. But instead it was a creative way to tell it. That's why I'm kind of waiting for the behind the scenes, is because me just saying what we did and what we didn't do and what was real and what's not isn't exciting. You know, it's like a confession. It's just not the same. So you never lived here, but all your stuff, some of your stuff is here?
No, actually, there's a lot.
There's all this shit here.
Too much here.
If you weren't living here, where were you living then?
Oh, we don't know that, do we? That's a secret.
I guess. You living at home?
We know.
Yeah, she's living at home.
Home.
She's living at home.
Had to hide her car a lot.
Oh, wow. That's sad.
That was.
Right.
And here's my laptop bag.
Yep.
So a lot of these things, Juggies, we had to continuously hide and re-hide and replace. She even had before we shot in here the one time she put little crumpled up tissues by the bed, a little sense of realism.
The Jesus picture moving, guys, that was legitimate. That was one of those things that we didn't really fake. There was, like I said, also with the audio sounds that you would hear. Oh, wow. What a powerful scene with that letter. That letter I wrote to my mom and had tucked away into the ceiling tile. That is such an important letter because really it just knocks the bottom out of this whole thing and what's going through Jesse's head, and the fact that he's concerned that he thinks his mom thinks that he's becoming his father, and it's this whole thing. Ugh, these creepy things. This was the go-to wood stove right here. Or not even wood stove, fireplace, heater. I don't even know what you call it.
These 4 bags.
So yeah, guys, I mean,
And those I don't.
Sometimes I have to point these things out because I don't think you guys are thinking about it like this, but we fixed this up for no reason. I mean, technically, when you think about it, it's like I was pouring a lot of money in here, you know, to reconstruct this house and mainly this room. And we were all putting all this money, but it was all just for the series. It was all for the story. Like, there was no actual purpose. You know, nobody's ever living here. It's just Aunt Jackie's side house. So, you know, I just wanted you to keep that in mind. And then that was the case for a lot of things, like the room and the morning building. I'm like putting all this money just for the sake of this production. So, you know, I try not to toot my own horn, but I think it's important to you guys understand this whole situation, this whole production, and the fact that, you know, I poured my money into this story, and you won't get that anywhere else on YouTube. Some people said I came. Some people were saying I came off, and this is me. Just I have to say this, coming off as arrogant in my big reveal video, like, oh, the series was this. I'm not like that, guys. However, I was doing that for a reason, and that's because I need to shatter the perception that you have of me, because you guys are thinking that I'm still my character, and it's hard to erase that or overwrite it. So basically, to counteract that, I act like, you know, I'm really smart and I'm planning this whole thing out, which I did, but I talk it up a lot just to counteract that stupid make-believe Jesse that you guys all started to get annoyed by and hate. It's sad. Guys, the Haunted series was really some of my favorite. It was, and ironically, it's usually the most work that you put into something, the more you enjoy it when it's all said and done. Countless hours in here. Uncle Larry would literally go to work, and then as soon as he'd get off work, he'd come and help us out with the videos, and we just poured a lot of time in here. The freaking attic. There are probably some things I won't tell you guys. I'm just gonna leave that for inference's sake.
Corona bottle together in the
Is it real? Oh yeah. Little memento there. All those Lowe's trips we made, and Applebee's. Like Lowe's and Applebee's. Applebee's did hook us up with some gift cards eventually, but Lowe's should have hooked us up. But with the construction series and this one, it's like it should have been.
The clothes basket that had all the stuff in it. Right. That you had thrown outside.
Yeah, and Sega Dad splits computer.
Had that golf ball thing on it.
You need something to toss out.
Yeah.
My mom was just saying earlier that she's been kind of depressed, and I said, oh, is it because the series is over? Now that she's in this house, she's kind of smiling again.
Yeah, I know.
What's that about? What's that about, huh?
It's kind of weird.
Kind of weird?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the series being over.
Hey, this is ours, too. And this is mine.
What about my smile? Thank God it's over. Woo!
We can throw this away. I'll leave this in here. Maybe it'll make it smell better.
This is kind of like your first time really being in the video in real life.
Yeah.
Anything you gotta say to the Juggies?
I miss this, Juggies.
You miss what, the series?
Yeah.
Yeah. How close were you to your character? What were similarities, differences?
The similarities was I'm an emotional person.
That's fair.
But I would never leave my son, and I would never not have you with me. If I moved out, you'd be with me. And I would have stood up for you every time Aunt Melissa would holler.
I mean, she slapped me in the face, and
exactly.
she was saying some hateful shit.
Yeah.
Because she's mean.
So,
would you have...
That's not me.
So would you have made a bunch of compromises if we lived together? I could have the camera on and...
I would have probably let you do whatever you wanted to do.
Oh. So she's even more...
ridiculous. She's even more ridiculous than her character. She's so much of an enabler.
Yep.
But the difference is, I mean, when you think about it, is Jesse's mom in the series started off as an enabler, but by the very end, she was super independent to where there wasn't much sign of her until Save Yourself, the very last video we had, where it was like,
which was one of my favorites.
Yeah, I think we did a really good job with that one. Yeah. And the Fallout, like the Fallout Part 2 and Save Yourself. I love those two videos. They're really good. The beats in that and like how we paced everything, it just felt really realistic. And and it was important, you know, to have my mom as a chief character and how that all crumbled. I mean, I think it's my relationship, me and my mom's character relationship in the series, I think, was almost more important than my dad and hers. Yeah, I mean, you know, the ripple effect of my mom and dad's divorce in the series was huge.
Yeah, I had to show the whole other side of.
Yeah. We were talking about merch a little bit earlier, Juggies, but there was a lot of shirt opportunities we missed because I was so busy with the series. Like, we wanted to have an Emma Head shirt for this Haunted series. You know, we wanted to have a Wingless Eagle shirt. We wanted to have a Dema shirt. We wanted to have a, you know, the Two Monkeys fucking football shirt came out super late. I didn't have enough time to dedicate to merchandise. You know, my mom does pretty much run that whole bitch on Etsy. So, you know, if you guys ever messaged Etsy, you're talking to her. But now in the series, we're looking to get more into merch. And guys, I never really told you guys this, but if you ever have any graphic designs that you think look cool, send it over to me. And honestly, we could use it. I'm not going to do a formal competition or anything, but it'd be cool to see what you guys have. And so we could have some more designs up on the shop. Maybe we haven't seen the last of this house. But for the tentative future, the foreseeable future, I will not be filming back here again. I think it's just cool to be back here right now.
Let's talk about the deck for a moment. Was that real? Where my dad fell off here while carrying an armoire.
And I couldn't help myself but laugh. Was that real? I actually don't know. There could be some real stuff. There could be, you know.
Still all bent off.
Yeah, I think this would literally, yep, this come right off.
Yeah, this isn't even hooked.
So dangerous.
It was very icy. I'm gonna leave that up to you guys. I can't lie, there was, I mean, as you can probably tell, you know, our characters aren't too far off from ourselves. You know, it's just exaggerated forms of ourselves, and also there has been some real occurrences. So I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Definitely dangerous as freak though. Joe fell, and there's some interesting shit in the Haunted series. I encourage you guys to go back and watch some of the Haunted series. You may learn a thing or two. Now that you know how the series ends, now that you know how everything goes, I think you should go back and watch through and look at all the things I left for you.
A lot of cool scenes. We had the plumbing incident back yonder. We also, you know, I did buy a water heater just for this house, so they got something good out of the deal. And it was Uncle Chuck being the man behind everything, and we wanted it to make it seem like it was like a Scooby-Doo episode. So if you got the Scooby-Doo feels and Jesse was Shaggy, we put that in there for a reason. It was supposed to feel like that. And I think we did a good job without making it feel too corny. And I mean, clearly a lot of you guys thought it was still real, so nice. Farewell, haunted house. Did they ever fix the... Nope. One final squeak for you guys. There it is. That's the stuff.
Alright, so what was your favorite episode? For favorite scene?
My favorite scene is Save Yourself.
You like the end, our last one? Did you like where it ended with us?
Yeah, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I think, well, at the time I might not have, but now looking back at it, I think that was pretty much perfect the way it ended.
Yeah.
Especially when you brought the demo out, and I was like totally confused.
That was the perfect lead-in to show where Jesse's headed, and to have your reaction, everybody else's reaction to demo as we went along. It was like, this is the only thing he has left.
Yeah.
And that's not good. But at least we got some kind of closure. I think out of all the characters, we actually had that, you know?
Yeah, because...
And
we didn't?
No, me and him had a lot of emotion with our...
right,
you know,
and you had some good stuff, and
stuff.
everybody had a satisfied feeling after watching that. It was like, oh, they're good again. But we saw demo, and it was like, eh. And then we also, you kind of dipped into the darkness for a bit, thinking that I was bad for a bit. But then you convinced you almost like slapped yourself in the face.
Convince myself that you're not going to be, but
so you almost were lying to me and lying to yourself, thinking that I wasn't him.
Right.
And you said save yourself, but Jesse's prideful ass did not do anything about that. He needed that money. He couldn't let it go. I'm here with Uncle Chuck right now, the legend himself. I gotta ask you, 2 monkeys effing a football. Did I tell you to say that, or did you just say it?
That was coming up from me.
That was straight from his... I did not tell him to say that. That was unscripted.
That was mine.
Do you know what you created? Do you realize what you started?
Yeah.
And what does that mean?
It means two guys trying to do a job that they should have hired somebody to do.
Accurate description right there. There you go, guys.
Just saying goodbye to everyone. My mom said she needs to go out this exit one last time. It's feeling really nostalgic.
Remember the plans though that we were going to do? We were going to power wash it and really kind of clean it up, weren't we?
Yeah.
You might have heard it.
Remember I was going to plant flowers and stuff?
What, you think you're going to be here for a year or two?
No, I just wanted to, fix it up, make it look like I really lived.
So you guys know that she didn't live here, but believe it or not, she actually was going to at a certain point. She said she would be willing to live in that house.
Yeah, it was like the last month.
That shows, guys, that's the sacrifice. Like, I don't know if she actually wanted to or not, or it was just for the sake of owning the character. All right, so I'm gonna come back home, but then I'm riding my bike to Uncle Larry's.
Pull the seat back
Oh,
up.
okay. All right.
But not all, it's not, I don't know.
No, you can drive.
And nobody cares about me. All right.
Did you say something?
Huh? Nope.
All right.
Just gonna go to my make-believe world, because that's real. That's realistic. Back to this I'm sorry bit. It's just there's so much. Oh, here he goes. Jesse's gonna say it again. There's so much I want to share to you guys, but I can't. Do you ever fucking just hate yourself sometimes? Where's that noose? Where's that noose back here? Actually, it's not back here anymore. Where the fuck is it? I love the song. Wait, I'm missing the shot. I'm missing the money shot. There it is. There's so much behind that shot at the end of Fallout Part 1 with Aunt Melissa pulling away. It's very reminiscent of another scene we did where somebody else pulls away and Jesse's upset and I'm sorry and the window breaking and the board. Oh, these props and shit, Juggies. Too much stuff. I was gonna take you guys to Uncle Larry's with me. I know he's having the basketball guys stay longer for 4th of July, but I'm just gonna go there myself. I don't think it's gonna be anything too exciting for you guys watching. And I think this video is already a little longer, so I'm just gonna close it now. Don't forget to subscribe for more content. Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Guys, remember the giveaway is still going on. Actually, we got like 5 days. I'm super excited for that. Don't forget twitch.tv/McJuggerNuggets is where the live stream will be happening, 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday. I can't wait. Big announcement coming tomorrow, which is I think July 5th, and then we have the first behind the scenes clip coming as well on the 6th. Things to look forward to, guys. Alright, Jays, hope you're having a good weekend, or had a good weekend by the time this comes out. Love you, Jays, to death, and don't forget to keep it rigid.